Welcome to 3-MinutesFix. In this video, we will learn how to implement Google Chromecast, enable deep linking for the share option. So let's get started. So before we get started, if you haven't purchased the Dooo app, you can buy it directly from the developer. Similarly, if you need the customized Android source code, you can purchase it from me via Telegram. Important note, I only provide the modified Android files, but you must have a valid Dooo license purchased from Code Canyon. Without it, buying the custom source code would be pointless. Secondly, the 3 features covered in this video are common to all Android source codes. Whether you're planning to use them in a video player app, music player app, or any other project, you can freely implement them. First, I'll show you how Chromecast works. All you need to do is go to the movie details page and hit the play button. Then, tap the Chromecast button and it will search for nearby Android TVs. Once connected, the cast window will initialize the TV controller. Now you can see the video playing on your TV and you can control it using your native TV remote. Although this is a great feature, what I don't like is that Chromecast natively supports only standard media formats. If you're using YouTube or any other source where you process the link manually, you won't be able to cast it. However, if you're using an MP4 file, then you're good to go.
First, add the Casty folder to your project. I provide this file for free. Once added, declare control activity in your Android manifest.xml and specify the cast file in the metadata. Make sure to copy and paste the exact text I provide into Notepad. Typing it manually may cause the app to crash. Next, navigate to player activity or stream activity, depending on your project. Declare the cast file in the appropriate section before adding the cast interface. Typically, we use an image view, but for this feature, use a special view called Media Controller. This component must be added to your player controller and assigned to cast activity to function correctly. Now we will create a cast listener that listens for clicks and responds accordingly. The OnConnect method will handle playback on Android and Google-based TVs by initializing the mini controller. If the link is not supported, an error occurs, or the stream ends, it will automatically return to the player and disconnect. In apps like Netflix or Hotstar, casting is integrated into the home activity, maintaining the session throughout the app's lifecycle. However, since we are beginners, we will keep it simple. Additionally, we are not using fragments for players, as managing the lifecycle of each activity would be more complex. For now, we will maintain the cast session inside the player. Later, if possible, we can include it in the Madnomyth as a common feature for all movies and series, allowing direct TV playback instead of relying on the player. What we are doing here is first checking if the link is not null. If it is valid, we proceed by sending the link to the TV through a method. Otherwise, we redirect the user back to the player or notify them of the error. Next, we check if the stream has ended. If so, we move back to player activity. Similarly, if the user decides to stop casting by pressing the cast button, our app should detect this and immediately resume playback on the phone, ensuring a seamless experience. Once these conditions are implemented, we move on to decorating the mini controller with images and titles. I attempted to add subtitles, but it wasn't successful. Maybe we can improve that in the future. Once you have assigned the cast, the next step is to enhance its functionality. To make the cast more user-friendly, display the movie thumbnail and name. Create a small method that calls the Movie Details API, which retrieves both the image and the movie title. Once you have the name, pass it to the cast method. Here, generate media items which differentiate the media being played. As mentioned earlier, Cast natively supports only MKVV, MP4, or HLS streams. It does not support YouTube WebView-powered Exoplayer links. If you're using Telegram hosting, it's a good option, but ensure you add a condition to check for MKV files manually, as most Telegram links do not end with .mkv by default. Once you have added all these steps, you're good to go. Make sure to declare the cast activity in the Android Manifest app. If you're using my modified source and have renamed the package, be sure to manually rename the cast metadata in the manifest as well. This is important because the metadata won't be renamed automatically, and failing to update it will cause the app to crash and block access to the player view later. Once you have added everything, you should not experience any crashes. If you do, rewatch the video or message me on Telegram and I'll help identify the issue. Now, when you press the cast icon, it will open the mini controller and initialize casting on the TV. Meanwhile, it will check if the URL is not null and verify if the source is MKV, MP4, or an HLS stream before starting playback. Additionally, you will see a thumbnail giving users a preview of the video instead of a blank screen. I got this idea from Netflix. While Hotstar uses a more advanced, customized cast interface player, Netflix's implementation is somewhat similar to what we are using here. Finally, if you plan to build a TV app like Hotstar, you will need to purchase a developer key from Google for $5. This allows you to perform linking, verification, and securing your stream between the TV and the app.
So yeah, now it's time to see how to add deep links for sharing videos in your app. This feature is common for all Android-based projects. For this, you must have an exclusive subdomain that you can access because you'll need to verify ownership later, and some patience. Once you have this, you can proceed with this section. First, you need to extract the zip file that contains the deep links code. If you're wondering where to find it, it's usually included when you purchase the modified Dooo Android source from me. Since it's a common feature for all, I'm providing the PHP code and an Android snippet so you can easily add it to any project you have. Now zip the deep link code and upload it to your dedicated subdomain. Yes, you need a subdomain. It's better if it's not the same domain where you host panel, but it's totally optional. Next, rename download.html to index.html. This will set your download page as the start page instead of showing a blank page. Don't forget to make the same change in your movies.php and series.php files. Once done, we can proceed to check how the output looks. To make this setup independent, I recommend changing the TMDB key to your own. Now, when you run the URL and hard code a movie name, it will display the images and synopsis of that particular movie or series. The main purpose of this page is to enhance your share link. Instead of sending a plain, boring link, we use TMDB data to show a movie thumbnail along with a link. If the app is installed, the link will open the movie directly in the app. Otherwise, it will redirect users to a website where they can download your app and watch their favorite movies. This is the function of deep link. Let's move to the Android side to implement this functionality. For the Android side, remember to edit your Android manifest.xml as well as the movies and series pages. I'll provide the code in the description for easy reference. The reason for adding deep link in the greetings or splash screen is to inform the user about the app that is launching. This is a form of branding, commonly used in streaming apps like Hotstar. You're using the Dooo app, your splash screen activity is likely named splash.java. Simply add the additional deep link code there and update it with your domain name. Then apply the same changes to the share button code in the movies and series pages. For long-term usage, always build your app with the release version. Once you have the release key, go to Tools and App Link to generate your asset links JSON file. This file acts as a gateway between your app and your site, allowing them to recognize each other and launch the APK using the package name. Ensure the package name is correct, then add the necessary files to your domain. Once done, make sure to add the same keys, such as the SHA-256 key, to Firebase. After completing these steps, run the app to verify that it works correctly. To get the SHA-256 key, click the elephant symbol on the right side of the screen, known as Gradle. Open the commands, type signing report, and press enter. This will generate the release keys, which you can add to Firebase. Doing this enhances your app's security, helps Google trust that your app is safe, and enables features like sign in and other functionalities.
Now, let's see what Android has in store for us. After opening our new UI app, we navigate to a movie and press the Share icon. This brings up different sharing options. I choose Telegram and send the link to save messages to avoid notifying my friends. Now, I click the link and yes, it works. It opens the app without any errors. If it doesn't open the app, then something is wrong in the setup.
We follow the same process for TV shows, sharing the links to Telegram and saved messages. Clicking the link successfully opens the series activity. Additionally, I've added some engaging trigger words in the share link to encourage users to click it. Now, what if the user does not have your app? In that case, we've already set up our homepage as the fallback. When they click the link, instead of an error, they'll be redirected to your website where they can download the app without any hassle. By default, the link will open the TMDB data page. To change this, go to the movies.php and series.php files and set deep link redirect to true. This ensures that the redirect works properly. Until your link is in production, you can keep it off, but once it's live, it's recommended to turn it on. Additionally, the images and text in the HTML page must be edited manually. Initially, I considered using a theme, but that would have required providing a nulled version, which I'm against since it violates rules. Instead, I used ChatGPT to create a simple version of the download page. If you don't like it, feel free to customize it however you want. Finally, integrating subtitles depends on the project you're using. Let me know in the comments if you want a video on subtitle integration, M3U playlist setup, or complete DO movie customization. I'll review the feedback 2 days after publishing and announce my decision in the community tab, so stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and if possible, consider purchasing my customized source code. I've also provided the sample app description related to this video. See y'all in next video guys, and I try to post new video every week hopefully. Thanks for watching.